Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Leicester versus Everton live watch along. I am here today, so is Kieran. He's having some technical difficulties sorting everything out, so he is going to be here. He is going to join us. But today it is a big 6-pointer at the bottom of the table where Leicester will take on Everton. And I think, obviously, with my allegiance with Leicester, as I've mentioned multiple times in the main watch along, main live streams, is the fact that I am going to be supporting Leicester today. As you can see, I have my Leicester shirt on. It's a bit unusual. You see me wearing a Leicester shirt because I don't normally do it. So, yeah, it's a bit different, which is how we like it, I think, at the end of the day. If you just give me 1 second, I'll get the Premier League table up so we can have a look at what will happen if Leicester or Everton were to win tonight. It will kick off in 9 minutes, so Kieran should be ready by that, hopefully. So obviously, as it stands, Man City sit top. I will share my screen in 1 second. So obviously, this is going to be where we will do more watch-alongs. Obviously, I think this might be the last one of the season, due to how long they actually do take, sitting and watching like this. So obviously, as you can see, here is the Premier League table. So as if Leicester win, they will sit just below West Ham on 32 points. Whereas if Everton win, they will sit just below West Ham on 31 points. So it is a big game happening today. Well, actually, sorry, tonight. And if I'm guessing, it is at the King Power. It is at the King Power. So obviously, it is a big game. Leicester current run form see them drawing to Leeds the last time they played a game, beating Wolves, losing to Man City, losing to Bournemouth, and losing to Villa. Whilst Everton's last run of games is losing 4-1 to Newcastle, drawing 0-0 to Crystal Palace, which West Ham couldn't get past. Who West Ham couldn't get past. And then losing 3-1 to Fulham and losing 2-0 to Manchester United. 6 minutes to go here until kickoff. I will get the lineups up now. If you give me 1 moment, I will get them up for you so you guys can see what the lineups are going to be. Because obviously we are going to have a break at halftime like we usually do. Because it is a bit of a struggle to sit here and just carry on talking about a lot. And obviously the way we're sitting as well doesn't help matters neither. So here we go. We can click here. I think we can see the lineups. Here we go. So the lineups for Leicester is Iverson, Castagna, Fairs, Sayuncu, Luke Thomas, Soimer, Ndidi, Yuri Tillemans, Jamie Vardy, James Maddison, and Harvey Barnes. And on Everton's side, it is Dwight McNeil, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Iwobi, Takure, Gay, Garner, Milikovic, Tarwowski, Keane, Coleman, and Pickford. And we will be introducing the main man himself, the voice of this whole thing, Kieran Grudgings. How are we today, Kieran?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
I'm very, very well. Hoping for a Leicester win today.
Yeah, same here. The phrase is a 6-pointer. This is a 9, a 12, a 15-pointer. This is absolutely massive. The teams surrounding them, your team, West Ham, Leeds, Nottingham Forest, they're going to be hoping for a draw tonight, but that'd be the worst result for both teams, because at the end of the day, this is their survival. They are fighting for survival, both teams. Going into it, I think have obviously changed their this season. Dean's been at Leicester, the toughest game to start off with against Manchester City, but they held their own there. They did this, and then that defeat performance, I think, was massively detrimental. And as you mentioned there, with the results, I think they've had a few unlucky results. This is the game now. They can't, they can't go against this. They can't provide another reasoning, and the same with Everton as well. Everton, obviously, Sean Dyche coming in, had that really good win against Arsenal in his first game, another tough one as well. And, this is massively important. It's massively important to the clubs and stuff like that. So this is going to be this very, very tense game where if a team goes 1 or 2-0 up, it's going to be a nervy for fans.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be nervy for fans. Obviously, we are Leicester at home, so home field advantage for Leicester. Could that play a factor in tonight's game?
Massively. The fans have got to be up for this. They've got to back the team, back the players. I've just had a look at the line. I've just as you were discussing it here, also having a look at that myself, and it looks a very, very strong Leicester lineup. I'm very pleased that Soyuncu is back. He fell out of touch with Brendan Rodgers, I do believe, but I do think the strength of having John staff brings it in. Playing, he got a vital point against Leeds as well. So, he's definitely going to be up for it. It's important tonight for Leicester to back the team. A lot of fans get frustrated, understandably, massively understand. You got to back them. You got to make sure, have that home field advantage.
Yeah, so obviously, I think we both know how it feels to be at the King Power. Obviously, you've walked out with Kante, like you said. I've been there for the Blackburn game that was 2-1 Blackburn in the FA Cup. And I think the difference between, obviously, when you walked out with Kante and the atmosphere now is completely different.
Definitely. They've gone through a transitional period, obviously, that's the title winning season. There was that sense of mentality and coming up against a team like Liverpool at the time, they are now. But I'm just having a look here at 4-3-3 format. It's very, very solid. 2 holding midfielders. Maddison ahead in 3 with Tillemans sort of dropping back into that 3-man midfield. Maddison, Barnes, and Vardy. There's some serious quality in that front 3. Different formations, different ideas. I respect that. But you're in a title fight, going 4-3-3, or as we can see there, 4-2-3-1 back into that. It really shows that they're going to be cross the field. That's going to be where the game is going to be won then. But it's important tonight. It really is important to field battles. Ndidi, Sumari, that is definitely very, very strong. So I'll be interested to see how this game, comes on, and also, the substitutions.
So we are looking like we are getting ready for kickoff. And Everton wearing pink today. I don't know why. I mean, there is a bit of a colour clash with Leicester. But I don't get why the away kit's pink.
Pink. Leicester's that one.
So we do
it.
have a comment here. It says, happy to discover your stream, guys. Kieran, you got anything to say about that?
No, thank you very much, Functions FC. We'll definitely be checking out your videos if you like live streams and sort of over shows. I really, really appreciate it. That's the first comment we've ever had on a live stream, so that's massively appreciated to you guys. It's a real honour.
Yeah, it's a real honour, and thank you very much for tuning in. So here we go. Kickoff at the King Power. Pickford in goal for Everton. Can he prove why he's England's number one?
I think he's proved it. I think he's proved it, particularly in an England shirt. He's better for England than he is for Everton. Everton's obviously defence has been massively critical, particularly last season. A lot of preparing to it as Championship level defence. Which I think I do agree with. But they brought in Connor Cody and James Tarkowski. They're two really good signings. Tarkowski and Michael Keane seem to have great chemistry with their time at Burnley. Obviously, Sean Dyche, the manager there at the time. So that's going to be a massive key battle. Seamus Coleman with his experience as well across that back line. So Leicester's got to fight for this victory here today and, got quality defenders.
And here, Leicester already got a lot of possession under their belt as it stands. And Harvey Barnes is now on the left-hand side of the pitch. He's played it through. Jamie Vardy's chasing, and Jamie Vardy couldn't reach it, and Pickford almost clattering into him, but Vardy jumps. It is a Everton goal kick, but it's great early start from Leicester there, Kieran.
Absolutely, that's what they definitely need to do. It's promising. I've been very critical of Barnes, for being a one-trick pony, still doing the same things over and over again. But it looked bright. Vardy looked sharp. The Everton defenders were not tracking him at all. He was playing in between there. So it's promising signs, definitely with Vardy on the pitch as well. Incredible experience. And, even though he's a player that has repeatedly done the same thing throughout his career at Leicester, defenders don't know how to defend against him, and that's really promising.
And Everton having a bit of possession, knocked back down, but great tackle by Luke Thomas. And it's stealed away again by Everton. That's another great tackle by Luke Thomas again. Everton still having possession, though.
Calvert-Lewin is going to be an interesting one for me. Aerial threat. Leicester do concede a lot of goals from corners. They do have a particular team. Everton do place people like Calvert-Lewin, the two centre halves. So personally, tonight to see how Leicester defend them. Obviously, bringing in John, the experiences he's had, the managers he's worked under, he's definitely going to be sorting that defence out. That's definitely promising. So, hoping for a strong defensive performance tonight, even though, against Everton, who are one of the lowest scoring teams in the league.
Well, obviously, Everton will have their chances, and it will let Leicester prove themselves. And indeed, holding off Decore there and passing it down the line. And here come Leicester. Tielemans with a little bit of a skill. Switches the ball over to Harvey Barnes. And Solomon tries to put it across. And appealing for a handball. But the referees waved it away pretty quickly. And Leicester showing their defensive skill there that John Terry's taught them. And regaining possession. The first 3 minutes have been quite impactful for Leicester, haven't they, Kieran?
Yeah, they're home ground. You got them advantage. It definitely does feel like they are playing with confidence. You're going to have to against a team like Everton. Everton seems like they're potentially get their chances and then behind. Handball. It wasn't a handball. The guy, Garner couldn't do anything about it. So, that was an incident. But penalty can change all games. So I'm not knocking anybody. So Pickford decided with that free kick, by the way.
There's a few empty Leicester seats that I'm seeing as well, which is a bit unusual because normally they're sold out.
Surprise! It's Monday night, bank holiday Monday is where in the UK for any of our fans. So it is a bit. Leicester has been pretty poor this season. So I understand that some Leicester fans will be dramatically frustrated with the performances, but I do think really to see the amount of Leicester fans there, and they've started brightly, Leicester.
I agree with you there. I think they've started brightening up. I think they've started pushing and proving that they want to stay in the Premier League, I think. And here you go. It's a shot from Everton, and I think it's gone. Seamus Coleman having a shot there. But I think that will go Everton's way for a corner. We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah.
Yep, it has gone Everton's way for a corner. But yeah, I think obviously Leicester have lit up, and again, will this game decide who goes down?
Absolutely, massively. This is a massive lead. Forest losing in this weekend. Results went their way. Southampton was early. There was a bit of an early scare there with them, but Newcastle then beat them comfortably. So this is massive for both teams. So results keep going their way. And it's big. The last two games for Leicester's been massive with playing ball there, and obviously Everton tonight. The worst bit will be if this game ends up in a draw. If this game ends up in a draw, it's more stress on both these teams, and Everton are in a worse place. But it doesn't matter. There can't be a draw tonight.
And it's a long shot from Gainer that sails over the crossbar off the corner. Or did it take a little deflection? We'll find out in a minute. No, it doesn't. So it sailed over the crossbar for a Leicester goal kick.
Yeah, always rising. Not really on top. Leicester need to get out from the corner a little bit quicker. Really does goal kick as well from Everson, who seems to be the number one keeper now, following Danny Ward to the World Cup. Yeah, he's got a big one to prove tonight.
Yeah, he's got a big one to prove tonight, and I think he's also got some big boots to fill with Kasper Schmeichel.
Okay.
Luke Thomas looking to release Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy got the touch, but it wasn't a comfortable one. And it rolls straight into the path of Jordan Pickford. And Pickford has now absolutely whacked it up the pitch. But Leicester regain possession, and now Everton on the attack here. A Leicester player is down, but Everton's still on the attack. It's passed out wide. It's a shot from, what a save from Iverson. And Alex Iwobi has put a brilliant shot in there. It was sailing towards that far post, and it was an absolutely brilliant save.
About we big shoes to fill, massive, absolutely massive. That was there. Really, it was a troubling one. It really was.
And it's just scrambling around the Leicester box. It's put in, and it's been let go for a Leicester goal kick. Now, what's Sean Dyche going to do?
Thank you very much, by the way, to fan
get
reaction.
relegated?
I think he'll stick with them. I don't potentially, if something happens, he seems to be a manager that is right for Everton. That whether the fans will be happy to take it, I'm sure. But Everton have come into this game now. They've had a few wary sort of moments, and it's been difficult for Leicester to defend Alex Iwobi with the best chance. So Leicester need to.
And
just from the foot fans over. So massive. Thank you very much.
Do you know what? I think we should check out his channel after this. I think we both sit down and we just check out his channel or hers. I can't say what the.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yes, it would help, but unfortunately, we haven't got the facilities to do that at the moment. I am looking into it because I'm the one that controls everything around here on the streams. But thank you for the comment as well.
Like something, especially from smaller clubs, a game club would help for the edit. Yeah, but like Gary said, we will, look at doing that. Sorted, mate. But if some socials on the channels, so then you can speak, and we'll get that. Sorry, mate. We'll speak.
And Soymer winning a free kick in Leicester's half. Ball is passed to Luke Thomas. And Thomas looking for the path of Vardy,
ultimately,
which has got it.
Leicester's really.
Maddison shoots and it's straight into the hands of Pickford. Sorry for interrupting you there as well, Kieran.
That's all right. No, that's fair enough.
You can start saying what you were going to say by. Oh, and we've had Kieran just drop out due to technical issues. So we will have to wait for him to join back. And as it stands, Everton have possession. It's a great ball down the line into Alex Iwobi. Iwobi finding Coleman's put in the box. David Campbell-Lewin tries to control it down. And it's cleared by Leicester out onto the right-hand side. Alex Iwobi will take the throw-in. And Kieran has rejoined us.
Sorry, guys, connection issue.
Yeah, it's all right. I think Leicester have looked a better team at the moment, don't you, Kieran?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think the game with that Iwobi shot, that was
There's penalty. There is a penalty at the King Power. and it's gone Everton's way. And it looks like a push. But I think it was more he was jumping into Calvert-Lewin, but it has been given a penalty. But I don't know if VAR are looking at it. Now the question is, will Leicester go 1-0 down at the King Power? Dominic Calvert-Lewin is stepping up to take the penalty.
It's definitely a penalty for me. I think Castagna was rash. I don't know why he made he don't know why anyway. Fast was there. I think it was massively fast as well, probably contributing to a little bit on a separate angle here. So, to me, it's a penalty. It's Stania.
And Leicester are 1-0 down, unfortunately. Everton have scored from the spot, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And unfortunately, Leicester get further and further in the relegation battle, and Everton, as it stands, will be out of the relegation zone, but not at the battle. And that's only Calvert-Lewin's second goal of the season. That's mad.
Well, he struggles with injuries, and it was a good penalty, to be honest, but that was really, really struggling as well. But he's got the goal at the right time. They have had that better chance. I do think Leicester's been in more control of the game in the opening 15. But if we're gonna lose this game on a decision, it's going to be unfortunate. It really is.
And the Everton fans cheering in their seats and having a whale of a time as Everton lead. And we have Coleman taking the throw in here. Tried putting it in the box. It's cleared by Leicester. Back out for another throw in. "16 minutes in here."
Let's start
Everton.
troubling Pickford. Vardy. Vardy's been having some good futures, getting in behind. We need to start troubling Pickford. He is a goalkeeper which can make mistakes, can make worm time, but Leicester really need to start showing strong football. This game, but first 15 minutes in, you can see the penalty going down. You have got time for you're staying strong defensively, but then also possessing a bit of an attack opportunity. Everton look massively up for this game, and there's a lot riding, and Everton are in control.
I think you could say as well that Everton are dealing with the pressure more than Leicester are. It's a
Well, they were down there last year.
header. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, obviously, Everton were down there last year. I think that massively contributed to it. And seemed to be a lot more control, I would say, of relegation. They have had some poor results, but they seem to have poor results against teams that are higher up in, really winning and controlling games like your Newcastle, which they experienced last week. Games like this, where it's all to play for, massive. And as you see, they've dropped Forest there and Leeds as level on points. Everton currently sits sixth, and that's what one can get for you. It's massive.
And offside has been given against Everton here. Sean, Everton had 8 shots and Leicester have had 1 shot. On target, Everton have had 2, Leicester have had 1. I think Leicester are looking a little bit shaky with the passing at the back as well.
Yeah, they're getting away with it a few times. The fact that they've conceded first in 16 games is worrying, is concerning, is and it is down to personal mistakes. You saw the goal against Bournemouth with the Maddison missed pass. Same one with Aston Villa as well that got them the winner. They are again at their own downfall. That is a worrying and concerning time, really.
And the King Power is starting to fire up. Castagna puts a ball in the box. Vardy's in the box and tries to header it. And obviously couldn't. Leicester regaining possession again with Yuri Tillemans doing some great skill. And winning a foul in the final third of the Everton half. Yuri Tillemans, one of them players who gets straight back up and carries on playing unless he is seriously injured. And I think James Maddison's going to be looking at this one, stepping over it, which he is.
Yeah, this is his wheelhouse. This is his strength. He's done it many times, and obviously, troubling. But it's positive. It really is the fact that Tillemans,
it's in. Leicester have scored.
Vital player, particularly him and Maddison. Yes, come on.
Leicester have scored.
Yes,
and it is Sayuncu who has just merrily put it past Pickford. And the smile on our faces has lit up. Leicester right back in this tie, and I think I think the assist is by his other defensive centre-back partnership of Fez, is it?
Yeah, Wout Fast.
It was a brilliant attempt. I think he's tried to shoot more powerful, but he slipped at the same time. But it's managed to get past Pickford, and I think Pickford will be battering himself for not saving that. Dean Smith's happy. We're happy. Yeah. Leicester 1, Everton 1.
Yeah. Well, it's poor from Pickford for me. It was a good ball in, from Maddison free back in there. By completely unmarked, and yeah, it I would have liked a little bit more power, but it went in, and like as you said, Pickford was kicking himself that he didn't, get a hand to that, because it was a very low driven shot with not, great to show that he's been out of the team for some time now. Number action for Brendan Rodgers, but he's come back in. He seems to be developing a partnership with fan. He's got, and it shows that on the attacking end of the pitch as well as defending.
We are 23 minutes in here, and Everton have a corner. It's whipped in, and it's good, easy catch by the keeper. And now Leicester looking probably to counter-attack. But there's no space to do so. So my question for you is, Kieran, if you had to put one Leicester player in a team of the season, who would it be and why?
I mean, that's because obviously you never seem to look at the relegation team, certain selections for a team in the season. But I'm going to go with Matt. You hold a massive regard. A lot of people did say he was going to go in January to Newcastle, which I think a lot of people were expecting him to do that. But he stayed loyal to Leicester and stuff like that. But there's not a big pick of the bunch, I'll be honest with you. Even though he made the mistake, and at the end of the day, it does happen in football. The emotion he showed at Bournemouth really showed his passion, his dedication for the club, as well as putting really great performances on. So I would say if I pick for Leicester, but I'm going to turn the question back onto you now. Like an Everton player.
Oh,
Didn't expect.
I know I didn't expect that one, to be honest. Tarkowski.
There we go.
I think he's a solid centre back. I just think he's gone to a club where they've not been at their best at attacking, and I think that's why they're in the relegation zone. But I'll tell you as well, like defensively, they've been shocking, but I think he's stuck out like a sore thumb.
Well, as it stands, Leicester currently sits 16th with this draw. It's massive if we can get this, obviously, massively if we can get this win. We'll be 1 point behind Stam, who I deem as safe, even though Gary doesn't believe me. So it's massive. Obviously, we can take a draw, but a win would be fantastic for Leicester. It really could, but we just can't make a mistake for that penalty incident.
It was a mistake, but all has been rectified with that goal, I'd say. And Pickford taking the free kick that Everton won. And Everton have been told to play on after what seemed to be a foul on one of the Leicester players. I don't know if you've seen that, Kieran.
No, not yet. Yeah, just seeing it now. A bit of an odd decision, because I do think that was a foul. On the Leicester player, but Everton's seeming to there. I'm surprised by that.
And then Alex Iwobi trying to catch Iverson off guard with a little curling loop up, but it goes over the bar and calmly for Leicester City. Ball down the line, trying to find Vardy. Manages to find Vardy. Harvey Barnes trying to get the ball back into Leicester's possession. And that's very, very risky there by Leicester, but it managed to work out off Castagne's chest, and then played into Iverson for Tim to boot it away. And now trying to play through Castagne through with a free ball. Unfortunately, Castagne couldn't get there. Obviously, we've seen a few relegation candidates in the EA Community Team of the Season, with the likes of Declan Rice in there and a few others. But who is one player out of any relegation team that should have been in there, Kieran?
No, having here in the actual Premier League. The other notable names in the team is from the Premier League do come from them sort of higher placed teams. But no, I think Declan Rice has been a player and a professional who's done very, very well over this last year. I'm not sure whether they take into account, obviously, the World Cup being split, which would be great there. One of the most solid of England players. So, yeah, no, I'm not surprised by that. Choice, not at all.
Leicester have an attack on the right-hand side of Everton's final third. Maddison picks up the ball, trying to find Harvey Barnes. Manages to find Barnes, but can't get it back from him. And Leicester are pressing heavily now, trying to win that ball back in the Everton half. Alex Iwobi down the right-hand side of Leicester this time. And a through ball played straight into the keeper's hands. Leicester playing a very, very shaky game here.
Well,
I think we could make an announcement if you want to. About
by all means, if you want to do it.
A video that might be coming up soon. That's
Yeah.
That's if it goes ahead the way I'm planning. So obviously with me working with Leicester City, I've had the opportunity of maybe being able to get some tickets to Leicester versus West Ham on the final game of the season, which is 28th of May at 3:00 at the King Power. But there's also a season finishing literally this weekend, which is League One season, with, again, I'd say mine and Kieran's third, maybe fourth team, Lincoln City.
Third.
Third
for me.
Yeah, I'd say third as well, because obviously Leicester's my second club, West Ham my main, and then Lincoln's my third. And we are going to be at Lincoln City ground, watching them take on Burton, isn't it?
No, against Shrewsbury.
Right, Shrewsbury, sorry. And we are going to do Maddison with a shot. Oh, it's easily saved by Pickford. We are going to do a final day versus in League One versus a final day in the Premier League. So bearing in mind the two teams that we're going to go and watch in the Premier League are fighting for relegation, whereas the two teams we're going to be watching in League One aren't fighting for relegation. So it's going to be jam-packed.
Lincoln having a few draws over. Yeah, it's going to be. I've been to a few Lincoln games this season, not actually seen them win, which is slightly concerning. No, always a great atmosphere there, and like Gary said, if we have the two, if we get the two games, it'd be really, really cool to just you guys. The difference between sort of the final day at the in a one game and then the final day in the Premier League one. So no, I'm really been enjoying going to the Lincoln games. Obviously, on the first YouTube short we've ever done was a game review with our co-creator Elliot after the Italy game, which was a good point for the Imps. So yeah, Gary is going to be making a trip to Lincoln.
Jamie Vardy's through here. Jamie Vardy.
Looking forward to spending some time.
Vardy, it's 2. Leicester are 2-1 up. Jamie Vardy has scored and has put Leicester ahead with a brilliant through ball. Jamie Vardy chasing it down. None of the Everton defenders could catch him, and it is 2-1 at the King Power, 33 minutes in. And as you can tell, Kieran very excited there to see Leicester City, as it stands, getting out of that relegation zone and keeping Everton in it. But a brilliant through ball. I think Kieran will even agree. What a through ball that is.
Yeah, it's a classic. But Vardy is cool. He's been doing all of his career, Leicester City. What a quality servant for him. But what a great ball of Everton were non-existent, and it was massively important for Vardy in a one-on-one situation. Pickford a erratic goalkeeper. One of his negativities in my particular opinion, but it was all away and just completely split in the striker's positioning. Pickford comes out, no control of what he's doing there, and Vardy, cool, calm as you like. It's a goal for Leicester City. Fight. The coming from 1-0 down. And having the fight, particularly in that first half an hour in, and it's massively positive from Leicester to get that second.
Now the question is, can they get their third? We will find out within the half, hopefully. If not, obviously second half. But Everton have gained a corner here, and the Leicester fans are rocking.
Well, 2-1's the most unsecure line football that getting another one at home, particularly before that half time. Everton forced them to make a few changes, which I don't know what changes they could potentially make to change the game. We'll have to have a look and what substitutions they could potentially bring on to change the game. But this is not over. Leicester can't show lack of agency that even if they win this game, they can't just think that they're over. One bad result and the others go against them, they're right back into it again. So this could be the kick-stop, but you can't comprehend how massive this game is. As I mentioned in my personal intro, it's a 6, it's a 9, it's a 12-pointer, and it's that important. Relegating teams coming against each other. Leicester at home as well. It's massive, and Leicester's on top at the moment. We've got to keep it up. Come on, Foxes.
There we go. There's Kieran's point on this. Obviously, like he said, it is a very, very risky scoreline, as we're seeing here. Everton having possession in Leicester's half here. It's played into the box and easily for the keeper. I can't
say that I've watched much of Leicester and Everton this season. Everton do have a few more opportunities than potentially presented in other games that I've watched. So Everton seem to be, given the opportunity here. It's just, controlling. I can't see, Everton scoring from open play, obviously with that penalty and then an aerial threat, if possible. But it's been an absolutely fantastic, first half from Leicester, which they've took their chances, and got themselves back in that game.
Obviously getting themselves back into the game. Like we said, Leicester are 2-1 up at the King Power, 37 minutes in. Everton have a free kick in the Leicester half. And Iwobi tries to get to it and manages to miss. And it's a Leicester goal kick. I think me and Kieran are sitting exactly the same way. Scared, knowing how Leicester's defence are. But tomorrow, 6:30 is Arsenal versus Chelsea. And then on Wednesday at 7 p.m, it is Man City versus West Ham, which I can't see West Ham winning. But they might surprise me.
The more as well that massively turns the tables once again against Fulham. Yes, Alvarez. My God, he is a striker. Quality, can walk into any. The only reason why he isn't, number one choice is because, and obviously getting his 50th, 5-0 goals this season in all competitions. Absolutely crazy from that man. So, West Ham could potentially get a draw, but Arsenal need to beat Chelsea. Chelsea are not an easy team. I know they're struggling at the moment. Don't bite my heads off. They are struggling, but Chelsea can deliver sometimes. It's a London derby. The trouble Arsenal, the trouble Man City. So let's say if Arsenal got points again to Chelsea and they've still got to play Newcastle like this, you've got to wave the title goodbye. I know that after Manchester City, but we'll have to see what happens. But I'll tell you now, if Man City is the nail finding the coffin, in a lot of people, if they lose to Chelsea, if they lose to Newcastle, they're already in the ground.
Do you know what?
Sorry for a dark analogy there. I
apologise.
apologise. Yeah, is it?
I think if
And if they lose to Newcastle, it's it. Newcastle robbed them of the top 4 last season.
Well, let's see if they'll rob them of the title this season. 39 minutes in here, we will be taking a break. Obviously, as I said at the start, at half time. So we will have a break, have some food. I do have snacks with me. I don't know if Kieran doesn't either, but obviously we need something to munch on and give us energy.
I'll find some.
But yeah, these things are long to do. We love doing them because it's something we enjoy doing, watching football and and sitting and having a laugh as we always do.
We love our
when
city.
You've got to be,
we love our city.
Yeah, we do love Leicester City as well. But I think there's points where these do take long to do, and we do these for you guys out of your interests and ours, and we're trying to promote bigger games. So obviously Arsenal versus Man City, we did West Ham versus Arsenal. Again, that was a big game in the title the title being decided. I'll get my words out. And now obviously this game, which is big in the relegation battle. Oh, when Everton have had a chance and it's saved and then put over the bar. And that was very, very close indeed.
I thought Iverson's been brilliant in this game already. That save against a Wogan. That we have a strong, defensive performance. But Iverson has saved us now twice. It's massive saves from him. He's a young goalkeeper coming in. He was third choice whilst Kasper Schmeichel was here. Then was up to second after Danny Ward. But I've got his place and he's stuck there. But that's a great save, and they're the type of saves you need from a big keeper.
Of course, they are. And Leicester City, 42 minutes in, it's still 2-1 at the King Power. No other games on tonight, so this is the only game we are doing and the only game I think we'll be doing for the rest of the season, maybe? Because obviously, like we said, these do take a long time to do.
That's why people have got to subscribe.
And Calvert-Lewin just had a chance and again, I think, saved. Now Leicester counter-attacking here. Played over the top. Jamie Vardy could be through here. It could be. It could be free. Oh, he's hit the bar. Oh, it's gone over. That was close. Leicester City almost taking a 3-1 lead there. 43 minutes in.
I said Leicester potentially needed that third goal to go into that half-time, deplete the Everton side. Going in at half-time, it's massively vital. You have a strong lead. I don't know how Calvert-Lewin missed his opportunity, and then you go to the other end, and Vardy, once again, who's causing the Everton defenders all sorts of problems. I and it was in and out, beautiful stuff, and he did everything right, and it just smashed against the crossbar. But two of the strikers there, one should have scored, and the other one did very well, and probably was struggling to score even closer.
Oh, and Seamus Coleman has gone down. Oh, that looks bad. Oh, that does look bad. And I think Kieran will agree with me. That does look very bad.
We both played the game. We're not, against, and we're not unaware of the injuries that potentially could cause in football. A very, very serious one. And if this is an opportunity, this is a situation where Seamus Coleman will have to go off. It's massively tremendous, not only for this game but the rest of the season. It looked good from Coleman.
I think that's an ACL injury. I will be completely. Yep, stretches on. That's looking serious.
To be honest, I don't think Sumari did much wrong, to be honest with you. Just picked up the yellow card. And I don't think it was that bad. I think he was just in that movement and like that. Obviously, Coleman's a leg out, the ball had already on. So I'm not sure Sumari did do much wrong there.
3 added minutes to go in this Leicester versus Everton game. And to be truthfully honest, I agree with you there, Kieran. I don't think he could have really done much anything different. He was at full speed, I think, and Seamus Coleman has come charging as well. And I don't think that's Samara's fault. I think that's a 50-50. I don't think he deserves the other card for that.
Well, Patterson is coming on here for, looks like, through Seamus Coleman. And I think one of Everton's sort of brights. And if Everton can manage to keep him, Randy could be massively, big for their sort of season. So, it seems to be positive. But you want your experience to Seamus Coleman in this. It's understandable why Patterson didn't start, but he can definitely do a job.
Yeah, he obviously can, and it is looking like it's looking likely that Seamus Coleman will be going off, because that did look very serious, and I think there will be more time added on to the half. So we're going to be sitting here for a little bit longer, Kieran. I don't think we particularly want to be, but we will be. As it stands,
I'll be fine. My yoga can wait.
Kieran, I've saying his yoga can wait. I don't want to say it, but it's really badly hurting because I've been sat in this chair for 58 minutes now. 58 minutes.
I'm not sure whether I'll do the yoga in these glasses, to be honest.
I don't think you would really want to,
Either
Kieran. But
you got to like and subscribe, guys. So like and subscribe if you like these glasses. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well if you're a fan of these glasses.
Which is Kieran's making his point shown there with his glasses.
Well, they were a present from a very special person. So, I did say that I was going to wear them on stream. I believe she has just popped in to make sure to check up on me, make sure I've got them on. So, be on. They might come off if they're crying, so you can do the tears, and that can be clickbaited. Guessing by you if you decided to into a nice short.
I don't think I'll do that.
I thought that a lot of fans, by the way, is sort of the same colour as the little pink one with the Leicester shirt. It seems, and it matches the Everton kit. It looks very nice. The rose gold.
And the rose gold headphones. Seamus Coleman
looking good,
looks
looking
in a lot of pain. We wish him a speedy recovery here on the footy van zone.
What the hell is Pickford doing, by the way? He's just tried to move the short stretcher, and seems to be hanging on to it a little bit too much. When the ambulance guy says, "No, you can take it. I can take it. Don't worry." He's a very sometimes Pickford's actions are on the pitch, but that was just and thought it was a bit odd.
Well, Pickford is very odd, as we both know. Obviously, being an England fan, Leicester on the attack
I
here.
love the fact that Patterson
James
just made sure he had the high bar.
Maddison, Tielemans puts it across. Oh, it's almost in the path of Vardy, but it will be ruled offside there. That is very, very unfortunate. And will
Half-time
happen.
potentially coming at the wrong time, because I do think to have gained massive of confidence in this game. So it's really important, I think personally, that we should have potentially got that third goal, but it seems like half-time is probably come at the worst time for us.
Yeah, it seems like that. And I think Leicester will come out all boots flying, trying to get that third goal to settle the nerves and make sure Everton can't get back into the game. Or they could and do a Tottenham against Liverpool. You'll find out about that next week.
I think I had high blood pressure throughout the course of that. I'm surprised in hospital and that, just absolutely crazy. It was a gift. It was a gift from Lucas and Jota finishing it off, and I was it was unbelievable. This is what football.
So I can put this in Kieran's words. Basically, all he said was, "Oh, for sake, it's 3-3," and then all of a sudden comes up with it's 4-3. Like, I think that must have been 10 seconds later, if that. Harvey Barnes on the ball here, puts it across, wins a Leicester corner, riling the fans up now. Oh, VAR I think VAR's getting checked.
Yeah.
That it. Oh.
Do we know what on yet?
Oh. There might be a penalty shout here. Oh, no, there's not. Unless VAR is still checking it.
That was as quick as I was.
Oh no, penalty's been given.
The Liverpool goal yesterday.
Penalty has been given. Tielemans has the ball in his hands. And I think all Everton players are trying to play it.
Massive, absolutely massive.
Oh no, sorry, Maddison has the ball in his hands now.
Well, it was a tactic they used against Wolves, I believe. Tielemans had control of the ball, making goalkeepers think it was him that was taking it and then swapping it over in the last second. They did that with Iheanacho. Obviously, Iheanacho is not on the pitch tonight. That's a clear penalty. Keane had his arm out, full extended. I said about that third goal, there needs to be a third goal here, and I'm just ready for it.
Maddison stepping up. Referee's blew his whistle. Maddison doing a little jog for 4. He's saved! Pickford has saved the penalty. Maddison went straight down the middle and Pickford read it straight away. And now Everton looking for a counter-attack here. Dominic Calvert-Lewin picking up the ball. Iwobi giving it back, and Luke Thomas. Oh no, and Everton. Oh, and half time is upon us. It is Leicester 2, Everton 1, and Pickford looking a bit excited that he saved that penalty.
Well, one of the Leicester fans couldn't even watch because Sid, struck the penalty. But my goodness, I thought that was going to be the third goal that there was so necessary. It was such a penalty from Maddison. Pickford moved. I was, I was ready to sort of say beforehand that how good Pickford is with saving penalties, but that was as easy as you like. Really, and then Everton to go on the other end so quickly. It was positive at Leicester, defended so quickly, and that whistle was massively important. I'm not sure if the Everton fans like that, but it's massive, absolutely massive. That is. But as you say, guys, we're going to have a break now, so I'll direct over to you to conclude this first half.
So thank you for listening, and we'll take the break, and then we'll be back for the second half as soon as it kicks off, and we'll be live with you. See you in a bit. And we are back for the second half of Leicester versus Everton. And it's looking like a lively game at the moment, isn't it, Kieran?
Yeah, obviously Leicester second half. You got to kick off, get an early goal. Should have been 3-1 up. It was one to get a very, very poor penalty from Addison. But the second half came. The first half finished at the wrong time. I think Leicester was on top. Great play from Stanya, driving forward. That's what we need.
Castagno puts through Vardy, and Vardy just misses it. I'm sorry for cutting you off there again, Kieran.
It's things like that where you need that. That's fine, mate. I did enough in the live stream, in the earlier live stream when I was hosting. I need to apologise. But that's what we need. We need to be off, on the front foot. Everton are going to come in and change tactics. Make dramatic things. But Leicester are not out of this yet. This isn't a 3-4-0 lead going into half time.
Obviously, it's not a 3-4-0 lead. It is a 2-1 lead. The most, I'd say, unsafest. Oh, and a head injury here to Sayuncu. So ref has obviously stopped play.
That's good. Yeah, obviously getting the goal was massively instrumental, as previously stated. He was a man who looks like Ndidi as well, has had a bit of a court as well. But this is massive. So hopefully Sancho is okay. Need him back on the field because, as previously stated, he's been out of touch and out of favoritism really. So this is big here from Leicester.
Hoping Sayuncu gets up here. We are 49 minutes in. So obviously second half does go back to 45 whenever they come out. So everyone taking a little water break, getting their energy back. And we're waiting on the review of Sayuncu.
While we're obviously waiting to let you guys know that we are a new channel over here called the Footy Fan Zone, talking with the true fans of the beautiful game. This is a fantastic project for us. We do have another co-creator, Elliot, which unfortunately couldn't be with us here this evening, but he will be watching a massive obviously pleased to see positive actions of obviously the stream. So make sure you like and subscribe. We do weekly shows. We do apologise for missing last week's, but you do have a double header of a stream with Arsenal versus Manchester City, Liverpool versus West Ham. Sancho is up, and that's great to see. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and if you guys want to be active, not only in these live ones, but also our weekly live as well. And as previously stated, the first half, some exciting projects coming up. I hope to create a video based on the final day experience in the Premier League game at League One. So that video should hopefully be coming very soon. Make sure you check. Keep checking out. Obviously, keep checking out these streams as well, hoping for a positive result.
Oh yeah, we're all both of us, and obviously all Leicester fans in Leicester, hoping for a good result. That video should be out like the start of next month or the first week of next month, because obviously Lincoln's season finishes this weekend. Oh, and Jamie Vardy's just had a mouth for the ref, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so as I was saying, Lincoln's season obviously finishes this weekend. So obviously I'll be recording bits of that and, making good project out of it. And then obviously I will be where this game is, Everton had a chance, and it's a good save from the Leicester keeper. I struggle to pronounce his name. That's why I just say Leicester keeper, by the way.
Yeah, Everton. Yeah, no, another great save. A fellow Leicester fan, my father, at half time, I had a bit of a debrief about the half, and he did say that a lot of them down the left hand side potentially should potentially be coming on for Thomas, in my opinion, as Garner, Gouet now going down off of a yellow card, as well being distributed to Thomas, who caught him quite late there. I think there needs some substitutions coming from Dean Smith very, very soon. Thomas for Christensen and potentially Dewsbury Hall as well. Dewsbury Hall is another shining light, this season alongside Maddison. Has put some really, really great performances. And I think, him for potentially Sumari, he's on a yellow card. And I think indeed he can do a job as a holding midfielder with pressing a little bit further forward. So, yeah, nervy times. Leicester need a third goal quick.
Yeah, Leicester do need a third goal quick. And obviously, as I was stating before, obviously Kieran was talking. Obviously, the Leicester West Ham King Power is on the 28th of May. So obviously, I won't be able to record the rest of the video if I manage to get hold of some tickets until the 28th of May. So obviously, I'll have to push the rest of the video back, and obviously then it's editing and rendering. It's a long process, but it's a long process to create. And Everton are 2-2. Iwobi, I think that was, who's just scored. Now we've got to see some fight in Leicester. And I think Pickford raring up some of the Leicester fans there. But yeah, obviously, so it's a long process, but it's a long process to create some good content and showing how different two leagues are on the final day of the season. And as you can tell by Kieran's face,
Luke Thomas was massively unaware of where he was there. Iwobi's been a really bright spark for Everton tonight, having a great, opportunity. That's poor. That really is poor, and I needed a third. Before it now put us back into that trouble again and causing another situation like a first half. A draw is the worst for both of these teams, and to me, it really is an issue. With goals like that, I think Luke Thomas needs to come off. Christensen needs to come on, and it shows there. That's a perfect example. As Garner Gouet gets the yellow card for an incident on Maddison there.
Yeah, it's great skill by Maddison, and I think Gay knew that he was going to get past him, and that's why he stuck the leg out and stopped Maddison going anywhere. Everton on the attack here, out to Iwobi on that right-hand side. Iwobi and Everton trying to find a ball in the box and unfortunately can't. But it's here again. It's into the path and it's been flagged offside. So Leicester have a lifeline there. A very lucky one at that. So obviously, Kieran, you've watched League One. I've watched Premier League Standard. How do you think that the video is going to compare in different ways?
It's a very different approach in League One. A lot more calmer play, a little bit less, chances, particularly in the linking game. When you come and watch a Premier League game, very fast-moving football and chances at either end throughout the course of the game. It's not quite like that for the games I've watched, which is two of them have been draws, one of them has been a defeat. So but that unfortunate defeat was only 1-0. So it's going to be a very interesting sort of more calculated game. You don't have a high scoring games, which obviously with then Leicester and West Ham have got far better players, within their ranks. So you will see a lot more strong creative attacking play, which you don't see in League One. But I think it's a really great comparison. It really is.
Obviously, it will be a very great comparison. Now, the awkward thing is, I am going to be sat with the Leicester fans. And obviously, you will be as well if I manage to get the tickets, like I said. I'm a West Ham fan. So, whenever West Ham score, I can't celebrate.
No, you can't.
Which is going to be very hard. Because obviously, I've seen the club go through the relegation scraps. I've seen the Europa League run, the Conference League run now. The hoping and praying that we win it. But yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult to sit there and not celebrate when West Ham score. Ooh, that's going to be hard. Anyway, Leicester have won a throw-in on the right-hand side in the Leicester half. Castagna to take. Castagna puts it in the middle. Finds Tielemans. Tielemans finding, I think that's Luke Thomas. It is. Gone out wide to Harvey Barnes. Barnes managed to dribble. It's crossed in. Jamie Vardy almost gets to it, but it's fell to Castagna. Castagna puts it across to Maddison. Maddison back in the box. And Harvey Barnes will try to volley it. Arm bodies. Attempt cleared by a header. Oh, this is end-to-end stuff. This is Leicester still on the attack, playing it backwards, recycling. And that is very bad there. Very late challenge into. And now Everton just seem to be fouling everyone. Jamie Vardy's in there. Harvey Barnes managing to pin the ball. Oh. And Luke Thomas tries to strike it.
Come on, Leicester.
Leicester win a corner. Leicester are on fire at the moment.
The term skating on thin ice massively responds very, very well to the Everton, defense there. They were, positive and promising it from an Everton standpoint, but Leicester should have been putting that ball in the back of the net. They had a fair few chances in that, but it's massively important now that they get something from this. Their first corner of the game, and they've got to make it count.
Yeah, they've got to make it count. Can Leicester get the third goal to put them back in the lead? 60 minutes played at the King Power. Ball's whipped in, and it's cleared away.
Back in.
And it's going out wide. Maddison trying to dribble past, manages to. Think should have been a foul there, but it's gone out for a throw-in.
Daka looking here, one for Leicester City. I do think Leicester do need to make some substitutions. They're not in my personal ones. It's like, Daka will be making way for Ndidi. It's an attacking substitution. Means Sumari will probably be on the pitch as that holding midfield angle. But it's another attacker here, and potentially they'll go to a 4-4-2. Maddison on the right, Barnes on the left, Daka and Vardy up front with Tielemans and Sumari just stick it in there. But it shows Leicester's versatility. Straight bank 4-4-2. Are they playing for a point there? That's my issue with playing the 4-4-2, is that it could be defensively, but it could limit us attacking wise.
Yeah, I think it does sometimes limit attacking wise, but at the same time, it could help attacking wise at some points. If anyone's wondering what I'm eating, I'm eating.
It shows our managers. We're not sponsored by them before people get all hating.
No, we're not. Great tackle by Castagna there. Everton seem to be playing a bit of a dangerous play here. Throwing everything they've got into tackles and playing very dangerously.
Well, that's how Sean Dyche, I think, does manage his team. Strict, stand up to these, opposition. So you see that at Arsenal, the league leaders. If you're going to do that against the league leaders, you're going to do it in a team of a similar position to you. But it is. I think the referee has made a few, wrong decisions in my opinion. That's a good ball. Calvert-Lewin is in. Sayonchu there,
Great
fantastic.
tackle.
Shoulder to shoulder, stuck with Calvert-Lewin really, really well. And that was the first ball that seemed to be going over the top of the Leicester City back line, but it was a really good position that would have been playing under Brendan Rodgers.
Absolutely brilliant defending there. As it stands, it is 2-all. Sorry, still. I promise I've not had no alcohol or nothing.
We're gonna have to put like a disclaimer thing right at the bottom of the screen, and then just
it's like the news reports.
We've not drank alcohol, and we have not been sponsored by Fruit Pastels or Dr Pepper, as Gary seems to be drinking as well.
I have another bottle as well.
Nice. Zero, very good advertising. Zero sugar, nice.
Well, I mean, what I've got in my little bag here, you probably will know me very well for, but I don't want to show it because obviously
this is not guess the sweets and drink.
No, it's not, unfortunately. Here's Leicester on the ball. Harvey Barnes trying to find a pass out wide. Unfortunately, didn't work. But has come across, trying to track the ball and press hard. Leicester winning the ball back in Everton's area. Vardy trying a little flick. Maddison's trying to get to it, and it's headed straight back to Pickford from Everton. Everton are going to try a counter-attack here. Taking more of a slower approach on the counter-attack. And again,
I'm surprised by that Leicester.
Sayonchu clearing up there. As you were saying, Kieran.
Leicester giving the Everton midfield far too much space to drive in forward. That's potentially where, a negativity, particularly when you are playing it, it looks like a 4-4-2. But that's concerning. We can't keep doing that. We need to, win the ball up higher up the pitch.
Well, you do have the ball higher up the pitch here. Sorry, we have the ball higher up the pitch here. Harvey Barnes finding Samari, getting it back from him. Luke Thomas made a little darting run. Ball in the box. Oh, trying to find Castagna there. Patson Daka picking up the ball. Maddison finds Castagna. Castagna brings it back across, but it was offside, unfortunately. Leicester getting a spring back in their step, Kieran.
Well, they definitely need to go in, conceding early on in this second half. It has Leicester, from that very point, but they shouldn't have conceded that second goal. But they definitely need it. But things like that, where Castagna was clearly offside, Maddison shouldn't be making that pass. Keep building it up, and they will find opportunities. So it's disappointing. It massively slows the game down. A draw would not be the worst for Leicester. They're still out of that relegation zone. It's Everton who really should be fighting on, for it. But Leicester deserve all 3 points. There's been 2 goals where, they'd definitely be. It should have been avoidable. Gary just taking a step out there. It was a good ball, cleared away. Here's Iwobi driving forward. He's been a promising player. Patson Daka winning the ball back well. Maddison taking it away here. Could he get a shot across? He puts it onto his favoured foot. and it's blocked away, but strong from Maddison. Here's Castagna now into Lemons. Can he put the ball in? He will. Another header away. Leicester liking the crosses in the box for Jamie Vardy. Now Patson Daka making his way on the pitch in the second half here. Sumari, nice play to Maddison. He needs to put a good ball in. He has cleared away once again. Maddison. Letting that ball go, but it's straight into the path of Tielemans. It's Sumari. Sumari over to Maddison now. With Sumari, Maddison being the key man at the moment. But the ball needs to be put into the box to trouble any Everton defenders just loitering to the side, left and right. Here's Sion-Chu, got the first goal for Leicester. Into Luke Thomas. Now over to Vardy, make his way on the left-hand side, but given away from Vardy to Iwobi. He clears, and Calvert-Lewin. I thought that was going to be a free kick, but then Michael waving it away. Calvert-Lewin does go down a little bit too easily for his sheer size. Castagna over to Maddison with the shot, and Pickford tried to keep it on the pitch, but it is a corner to Leicester. Maddison riling up the crowd here. Leicester City fans massively backing them, and it's a corner here for Leicester. Still, Leicester 2, Everton 2 in a massive 6-pointer at the bottom of the Premier League. Gaz returns, and I'll take control. He won't be taking control as he's muted. So he'll find out in a minute. There we go. There's a face of realisation, and he's back now.
Yeah, there is a massive 6-pointer. Leicester having 68% possession in the last 10 minutes. And Kieran reacting a bit early there to that opportunity, but yeah, Harvey Barnes having an opportunity, and Leicester fans heads in hands. I don't think you should be holding your head in hands yet, because there's still a few games to go, and you still could fight out a relegation battle.
What about the relegation zone as the time of record, as the time of talking, and if the result remains the same, so anything but a defeat here today for Leicester City, will take them out of that relegation zone. So that's massively vital. But you need 3 points. These are teams that you should be beating and should be given a good game. To me, 2 goals have been given away. Castagna with the penalty, and Maddison should have scored our Leicester penalty.
Yeah, should have been. It really should be 3-2 at this precise moment in time. Daka here. Daka tries to flick and unfortunately just runs straight into trouble. Tielemans giving it back to Castagna. Castagna giving it back to Tielemans. Samare. Patson Daka. Tielemans. Castagna. Samare. Get impressed very heavily here. And it's a great little ball through to Patson Daka. He tried to put it across, and Maddison couldn't get there, unfortunately. Leicester throw-in.
I'm surprised by Everton's play, to be honest. They seem to be all behind the ball, trying to defend this point. It would have been a good point, but at the end of the day, it's Everton who are down there. Leicester aren't. Everton still then got to pick up some points elsewhere. They have got a very difficult run in. Probably the most difficult out of them teams off the top of my memory. So, the fact that they are, defending this, but Leicester, are pinning them in here.
Yeah, Everton are pinning Leicester in, and Leicester are managing to get out. Struck by Tielemans, and it's straight into a line of defence. And Patson Daka leaves it as it was offside. Jordan Pickford looks furious, telling his players to calm down. And so does Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche looking very furious towards the Everton players. Which
judging by the reaction of the captain. Yeah, Sean Dyche and Pickford, your manager and your captain, telling you to calm down. You're sort of surprised by that. As previously mentioned, Everton are in that relegation zone as we speak. I'd like, if possible, Gary, to confirm that if possible, because I'm pretty sure that they are. So, like I said, I'm still surprised by, but they'll be happy to take a point here, showing that Leicester are the favourites going into it. But Leicester are piling on the pressure, going for the win, and they definitely need to. They are down there, right?
Just give me a second and I will verify it.
Go on. Vardy with the ball in. Castagna. Oh, Pickford comes out. That was big. Vardy was on his own for quite some time and managed to get the cross in after a great ball from Sayuncu. But it was...
As it stands, Leicester will go to 16th. Everton will sit 19th.
That's what I mean. I'm sure I was right with that, and that's surprising. I don't understand why Everton are taking this relaxed approach. They need the points. This is a game. It's not like Everton are, out of it. Run teams are reversed. It's a very interesting way for Sean Dyche, but we're not football managers, so maybe he's thinking something else here. But Everton need to pick up points like this. They're not so far away from Leicester where they don't need these points and they're already safe. Wanted to sort of briefly chat, guys, about this one thing, mate. I listened to Talk Sport again, not sponsors, but they're a great source. I absolutely love Talk Sport, listening to it after games. And this Everton fan was very honest about Everton's season, and he commented on the fact that I think it'll be right for the club to relegate to the Championship, have that restructure, and build upon this. We've seen teams like Burnley, Sheffield United. Congratulations to both of them. Teams who have gained promotion. Aston Villa have done it a number of times, West Ham as well, where, the good ball from Maddison to overhit Pickford quickly off of his line and quickly to distribute the play over to Iwobi, who's found a lot of space, easy for a science chip. So back to my question. They said that it was right for, obviously, them clubs that I previously mentioned have had the drop and then come back, even stronger. So, what are your sort of thoughts on the fact that Everton fans are saying that they should go down and potentially restructure?
It just proves that how much little faith they've got in the players now. I think they are saying that because they want players who they can trust, and I think obviously, look, most of the players who are playing this season played last season. And they were in the same battle. And I think they just want to get rid of the players who are maybe causing trouble in the locker room or changing room or anything else. I don't know. But I don't think that should be your point of view. I think it should be we stay in the Prem, we attract better players and we get them in.
I'm sure as teams, no Premier League teams in that relegation fight obviously are confirmed to go down, but I'm sure that could be a segment we can do about players that potentially will leave them relegated clubs and stay in the Prem and not go down with their respective teams back to the Championship. Players of Everton, there are a few, if Everton do go down, there are a few of Leicester if they inevitably go down and stuff like that. So to me personally, I absolutely agree with what you're saying, with that point. But I think Everton fans are tired. I think they're frustrated with the last two seasons, worth of football. A lot of people said that, thank God that season's over, let's go again. They didn't change much. They haven't changed much. Changed the manager again to Lampard. Was that the right decision? I'm not too sure. Obviously, last season, then got rid of him. Ball in here, Vardy. Oh.
Now, could you say there was a push in the Everton area there to kind of just push Vardy off balance?
Potentially.
Here come Everton down the left-hand side. Easily. Great save by the Leicester keeper.
I'm not sure whether there's anything easy about it, mate. But Leicester seem to be on the attack here. Ball in, and it was over the bar by Harvey Barnes. It was really, really well, distributed onto Leicester's left-hand side by James Maddison. Potentially should have put a cross in the box. There was players arriving, Daka, Maddison, Vardy, and it was a wrong decision there. But going back into that, Sainz, you got that all wrong. Everson and it was good that he was off the line so quickly. and it was off. It came off Sionchu's foot, and Calvert-Lewin was there, but putting your body on the line. Well done, Everson, who I thought, to be honest, has had a really good game and has made some big challenges that's kept Leicester in this.
Yeah, I think as well. Oh, and it looks like he's quite seriously hurt his hand there a little bit. I think as well. I think the reason why I said easy because I thought Sionchu had it, and obviously he didn't. So that's why I kind of quickly changed because Sionchu's been absolutely quality this game. But yeah, I can't. I really can't see Everton getting a third.
I can't see Leicester getting a third at the moment. I really can't. I think there doesn't seem to be, having that, sort of difference maker. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this last 10 minutes go. I said before the game, a draw is probably the weakest potential for these two teams. But Leicester have got to find something here creative because Everton seem to be putting everybody behind the ball and trying to hit Leicester on the break, and it's not really happened. Given away here, Maddison driving forward, dispossessed. And here comes Everton now, and look at the space in which Everton have allowed to be ran into, but that's fantastic.
That's great tracking by Patson Daka there.
Yeah, brilliant.
I think the Leicester fans need to rile it up a bit. If you are a Leicester fan at the game and you are watching this,
probably
which
not.
is very unlikely, but if
where's
you
Pickford
are
going there? Go on! Oh!
Oh!
Pickford in no man's land. Absolute no man's land.
And Pickford blamed himself there.
Good. I won't be blaming anybody else. My God. Vardy was onside. It was fantastic holding of his run, but Pickford got there before him, decided to try and take Harvey Barnes on, and then Vardy on the turned and shot first time. He knows where the goal is. Every goal scorer does, but my God, potentially one look, and he could have potentially have driven that to the other corner. That's a big miss for Leicester. My God. You're not going to get any better chances than that.
But it's going to scare the Everton defence.
Nothing wrong with that. How have you gave that?
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with that, as Kieran's just said. But it is still Leicester 2, Everton 2. Final 10 minutes plus injury time here. I really don't know what's going to happen, but all we can do is hope and pray Leicester score. Because I would like to see Leicester back stay in the Prem for next season.
Why? So your wages can get paid?
I don't get paid, mate.
I'm
a volunteer, so.
Well,
actually, no. Tell a lie. I could become casual staff. So.
Oh, fantastic! Probably not if they end up in the Championship. They won't have the budget.
Probably not.
There we go. You'll be the first on the chopping block.
Probably more likely as well, yeah.
Only speaking facts here on the Footy Fan Zone.
It is true, though. It's a great tackle there by Maddison winning the ball back. It's Harvey Barnes trying to find some space. Patson Daka. Thomas, sorry. Maddison trying to find that opening in space. Castagna needs to track back and quick. And he has done. Slowing that counter-attack down for Everton. Giving Leicester a chance for bodies to get back. which they are slowly doing now. Iwobi on the right hand side. And great defending by Luke Thomas.
Yeah, Madison should either have got the shot off or passed earlier. I think there was a lack of awareness with Castagna, just misplaced passes. We mentioned in the first half, Leicester were doing that. They've been doing that all season, and look at Everton. I think lacked a massive amount of urgency. I'm so surprised as well, to be honest with you, the fact that Everton are not going for this in opportunities like that. But they massively slowed the game now, and in nearly 7 minutes of normal time plus added time, left to go into this game, and that's enough time, I do think, for Leicester to do it. As I show up the graphic one more time, in 16th, 4 points behind your team, West Ham, level on points with Leeds and Forest. That's probably a negative for getting a draw. And Everton are right back down in there. As Everton have a corner here from an Iwobi shot that was blocked by several Leicester players. I don't even think the referee even knows who
it came off.
There. Here comes Michael Keane, who got a goal against. I'm just trying to think now. Who did have a goal against? Southampton, wasn't it? Was it Southampton?
I think so.
I think so. He's up for the corner anyway, as long as with Tarkowski. Header by Keane and over the bar.
Leicester looking more and more solid as going forward here. As the time's going down.
Good ball
this
in.
Is what
Behind
Leicester want.
Vardy. Oh, he took his time to cross that, but he was eventually offside, and I think he was aware. That's why he didn't put any decent of a cross in there. I think Vardy was well aware of his offside position. He seemed to be timing his runs a lot better in the first half than the second half. Jamie Vardy getting that goal in the second Leicester goal after a great through ball from Maddison. He seems to be timing his ball well, a little bit better. As Pratt decides to enter the fray. Interesting substitution from Dean Smith there.
Yeah, interesting substitution. And where will he come on is the question. Vardy's picked up the ball, sprinting at the Everton defence, wins a throw-in.
I'm surprised if he'll come off for Tielemans, so I'm going to say Sumari. He's obviously still on it. He's obviously still on a yellow, so potentially come off, and he's a defensive midfield for a sort of a centre midfielder option. So I think it's probably right that happens.
Let's start win a throw in here. It's great switch ball. Oh, unfortunately, Everton get to it now. Everton on the counter attack here. It's a great block. Maddison winning the ball. And can we congratulate Maddison on his twins as well, by the way?
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can.
And what a save off the shot by Decore.
Well, I think Everson saw that late. Rootfast just changing his position. He probably blocked the goalkeeper's view, but that's another great save as well. Everson have kept them in the game. And, once again, that's Leicester giving the ball away. Everton, hitting them on the break. I think that's their game plan, trying to get a third goal here. But this is a big corner to defend. I mentioned the height of Everton's squad, Decore, Keane, Tarkowski, Calvert-Lewin. So we got to defend this one well. This is really important now for Leicester.
And it's defended well, as it is out the area. Everton ball whipped in. It's cleared away. Straight into the path of Iwobi, though. Iwobi, little dink ball, and it's cleared away again. And Daka manages to get ahead and wins a free kick.
Well, looks like Pratt's coming on as well as Christensen.
Kieran enjoying them sunglasses.
Well, yeah, hopefully going to give us good luck. Hopefully.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah, I
you've
like
worn sunglasses and we've scored 2.
there we go. There we go. And Thomas coming off for Christensen. Barnes coming off for Pratt. I've mentioned about how Christensen should come on. Probably should have came on at half time. But that's going to be solid now. Iwobi seems to be the best player in an Everton shirt today. So Christensen has got to prevent him from getting that third. And then Pratt coming on for Barnes is an interesting one. Like I said, I think it might now go to a potentially go back to a 4-3-3 with Pratt, Sumari and Tillemans, and then probably Madison, Daka, and Vardy. So changing up them formations again, which is positive, but it better be effective.
It's positive and hopefully it will be effective. Everton free kick hit. Whacked up the pitch and dealt with. Tielemans trying to find Madison, unfortunately couldn't. Madison, quite a silly challenge there. One that wasn't need to be made. All laughs and jokes. And Madison takes his yellow card, which we knew was coming. As soon as we seen that tackle.
Yeah, took one for the team there. Probably trying to slow the game down, get Leicester back to reset. It wasn't anything more, despite some protests from the Everton players. Having a red card would be absolutely, gold for them if they could get this so late on in the game. But no, nothing more than the yellow card. It was a good taking yellow for the team. But once again, another set piece in which Leicester have got to defend.
We are in the 89th minute, or as if most people would hear, the 90th minute. Because it's always obviously rounded up when someone scores. Which
That's
is
not happening here.
A bit stupid, but Everton free kick here. Say about 20 yards away from the edge of the area. It's whipped into the far post and it's gone out for a Leicester goal kick. And Leicester trying to hit Everton quickly. Vardy just missing the ball there. Leicester looked a hell of a lot more solid. We are going to get 4 added minutes. And now the Leicester fans are pumped and excited. Can we see an injury time win-off from Leicester? Cleared by Leicester for an Everton throw-in on the right-hand side. Quickly taken. Everton try and go for that win. Kieran's silent as a mouse. I don't think I've heard him so silent.
It's a nervy 4 minutes. This could be the decision, between if we get a late goal, it could be absolutely pandemonium. If we concede it, it's going to be absolute carnage. I think is the best 2 words to describe these situations here. But once again, a foul given away that, which is trying to slow the game down. Christensen, the man to receive a yellow card in a blue shirt, but considering the fact that Everton are getting a lot more set pieces, and that it's probably lack of composure from these Leicester players, but there needs to be that control over it. So a very, very nervy couple of minutes, because there's potentially could see us concede a late goal.
We are in the 92nd minute. Punched away. Put back in the box. It's gone over the top of Iwobi. Leicester win a throw-in. It's a bit unusual to have Kieran a little bit more ahead than me. It's normally the opposite way round. As we found out
It helps
through
my blood pressure.
as we found out through Arsenal West Ham and a few other games we've watched together. There's another Leicester throw in.
That's a foul throw.
92nd minute. 93rd minute. One more minute. Leicester need to throw everything they've got to get that goal. Leicester piling up the pressure. So are Everton. Everton bringing in. That's a great tackle by Asensio, but it's gone into the Everton players. It's a good catch. I think it may look like Leicester are playing for the point now. I think they know that's what they're getting. Would you accept the point, Kieran?
I think you've got to. Should be all 3 points in my opinion. But it is what it is. Man of the match, guys.
Man of the match, I'd have to say Sion-Chu. I think he's been solid at the back. An honourable mention has got to be the Leicester goalkeeper.
Yeah, Everson. Yeah, no, some great saves. I'll give it to Everson.
So thank you guys so much for watching or listening, whatever you've done. It's been a great game to sit and watch. Sean Dyche's men versus Dean Smith's men. Leicester versus Everton. Leicester out the relegation zone. Everton sit 19th. It's all to play for now. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Kieran, for joining me. And we'll see you on the next live stream in a bit.